Well, good morning, everyone. This morning, I am going to talk about the gray area. I am going to say it in simple words, simple lines, that every religion, every country, everyone in the world will understand very quickly. It has come to my attention when I traveled from Mauritius Island to the United States about the gray area. The gray area is between the color of white color and the black color. For centuries and centuries, the revelation has slightly come to humanity about the gray area, the space that blends between two colors, two distinct solid colors. And so it applies to the human race. The distinctions, what we see in between two distinct colors, let's say between white and black, between red and blue, in the middle, what blends is the purple color. Let's say between yellow and green, in between, what blends comes like a brown color. But so comes with the human race. What we have, what the writings and the teachings that we have from the past ancestors and the teachings in the Middle East, from their revelation of God, they distinct male and female separate. But coming to the 21st century, we see the visibility of what blends in between these two distinct genders. They start to come up on the surface of the earth. We see them growing in numbers. They are now visible. Now we have male and female, but in between we have what blends between the male and female. And that's how I want to make it easier and simple for everybody to understand. All the writings written by Middle Eastern male writers in the Hebrew scripture and the first Christian writings, the early Christian writings, it's all distinct between one end and the other distinctions of genders. They don't blend, they don't see. The revelation has not come to them to see that. Now, with the coming of the second coming of Christ, since the beginning of the 21st century, that's when I came to the United States. I left Mauritius in 2002, and this is the beginning of a second coming of Christ. To be more precise, more accurate, when I was born in 1974. And in the United States in 1974 started the visibility, the discussions with the theology in between these two genders. Since 1974, that's when I was born. So that matched a lot what's happening, what started in the world, started in the United States. So you know the second coming of Christ, where Christ will manifest, will be in the United States. 1974 birth. I came here in 2002. So beginning of the 21st century is when we're having more manifestation, more visibility about, more revelation about in between male and female genders, what exists there, what's going on. It is the truth that the second coming of Christ, the birth of the second coming of Christ, is what lies in between male and female. I'm talking about the birth. Now that needs to grow, become mature, and coexist in the world. On these words, I will leave you in peace. May the spirit of revelation and of peace rise and stays in your heart. Have a blessed day.